Okay, you guys, there's a lot of news to go over for this week. I'm just going to show you the charts and some good setups that I'm looking at, but we got a big problem on our hands before we can even look at charts. So, for an example, here's a great setup that I've been looking at. I actually dabbed in it last Friday and Thursday going into Friday. It didn't move much, but I was able to scalp about 10 pips out of this trade right here. This is off the 4-hour time frame. This is what it looks like on the daily time frame. So you can see on the daily time frame, this is a very beautiful setup. Go to the 4-hour time frame. You have your arrow sitting right there saying it's a go. But here's where the problem comes in, and this is where we really need to spend some time on this before we start looking at charts. This is going to be what I call hell week because as you can see, you have economic sentiment. And you can see when there's a sentiment on the reports that this does shake up the markets. And I'll give you guys my tip on what to do to avoid a lot of these news events. CAD is coming out with their inflation numbers on Tuesday. Then the JPY is coming out on Tuesday with their interest rates. You have the euro coming out with the CPI numbers or the customer price inflation numbers, which is going to give a little jolt in the markets. And again, hang tight. I'm going to show you how to work around all of this. Except for this one. This one, we just got to stay away from, period. That's that. If you're a brand new trader, do not trade this one. Okay, don't hold no trades during this. This is going to be a problem. This is the biggest interest rate news every month that comes out. Out of all news reports that come out, this is the biggest one of all, second to NFP. But NFP has nothing on this, okay? So this is going to be a big market shaker right here, the Fed interest rates, to see what they're going to do with the rates. Next, you got following that, you got to look at how many interest rates. This is my point. You got out of 7 currencies, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of the 7 are going to be announcing their interest rates this week. The Swiss, the pound, and the JPY. So JPY is going to hit you. Hold on, I think I got something wrong there. Let me bring this on screen so you guys can see where I'm getting my data from anyway. This is from my FX book. And so I have on here the JPY coming out on Tuesday with their interest rates, but I also have it on what day is this? On Thursday. So let's see which one I got wrong, because one of these I got wrong. Let's take a look together. And let's slide this bar over. Actually, let me just make this big. Okay, so I click on my FX book, click the economic calendar, and then I click on this week to get the full data. All right, so let's scroll down and work our way back. There is a lot of other red folder envelope news, but a lot of that will impact the futures market and the stock market, not necessarily the currency market, which is why I didn't put it there. All right, so we do have on Thursday, March 20th, we do have the inflation rates right here. Okay, so now let's scroll up to Tuesday. Let's go up to Tuesday and see what I missed, because JPY did come up with something else. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, interest rates, and then they're hitting you with inflation rates. So their interest rates are on Tuesday. I had it right. Interest rates are on Tuesday. And then inflation rates are on Thursday. So they're hitting us twice this week. Big news. You don't want to play around with that. So I was right. So inflation is here. Inflation / CPI numbers. Okay. Customer inflation is coming out on Tuesday. Then they're hitting you again on Thursday. So again, I call this hell week because you got several that are reporting inflation numbers, which you see as a do not trade during these events. So we got 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, here's the workaround, guys. The workaround with these, the Swiss, the pound, and the JPY, these can be worked around in even the Euro reports. I'm not going to look to trade these until after the London market has basically been open. So I'm going to look somewhere anywhere from 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. By that time, all of these news events, such as this one here, this one here, this one, this one, this one, and this one, they all will have passed by that time. Okay. So therefore, I'm not going to be impacted by it because I just wait and start trading when the news comes out, after the news has come out, which is typically going to be overnight. The only one you're going to have to worry about, which typically is going to come about 8:30 New York time, is CAD. And this one, I don't know what time it's going to come out, but typically it's going to come out around the same time, 8:30. And so therefore, if you wait a little while after these news, and then you hop in and start looking for trades. Okay, so that's how you do that. Wait till after these are done, then you go look for trades. All right, so let's look at some beautiful setups that I saw, but they've been hanging like a cliffhanger, probably because they're waiting on the Fed news events, and this is one of them. Just a beautiful, gorgeous setup right here. Let's look at this on here. This one is doing the same thing. See, every time it comes on the 4 hour, it's creating higher lows. And this one is sitting smack dab right there. If we go to the 15-minute, you see right there, it hit, broke through a little bit, and then started dropping. We don't have an arrow yet, so we would have to wait on that one. But that one would be a good setup. But again, with the Fed interest rates coming up, we don't know. All right, let's look at this ACAT from the 4 hour. It's been extremely choppy, so I don't like that one at all. This one was very, very beautiful trade. All you had to do was take it off the 15-minute, and there you go. Now, we do have a sale coming up, and so this did pull up, and it's pulling back down. So this one may come back down and retest a level. If it does, we're probably looking at what level is this right here? That'll be a 92,700 level, 92.7. In which there we go, because it created this nice little pattern here. So if it pulls back, it could hit to this level, or if it's just a short pullback, then we're looking at, and let's look at these candles. I'll pick this one right here. Okay, we can see it touched, touch, and I can move this up a little more to make it more precise. And you can see the level of times that this has been touched. So this may be the first strong support. If it goes down further, then that will be the level. Okay, so we're looking at a 93.3 basically handle, or to the 92.7 handle. Okay, somewhere around that area. All right, next let's go into this one here, CAD. And again, CAD, just be careful, guys, when you're trading this. CAD has inflation numbers on Tuesday. So, trade lightly on this. Again, just trade lightly. Just trade lightly. That's all I can tell you. The 15-minute scanner sending out alerts have been magically working well. You can see it's been making very nice pips for everybody. So, stick with the plan, stick with the plan, stick with the plan. This one probably going to do a short pullback, but the long term is now looking like it's turned around. We got our buy arrow on the 4 hours. See what happened when the sell arrow came on the 4. Now we got our buy, so it's going to be in the buy directions, but it may do a short-term pullback. This one has been like a music xylophone, just sideways, cat scratching. So again, guys, this one here, I wouldn't even fool with, because look at that. That's too choppy, way too choppy. And we talked about this one in class last week, and you can see how choppy that is. So again, stay away from that one. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is Euro AUD. Now let's go here. This is an interesting one, and these are the ones where I start like an ocean wave them bad boys. Okay, let's go to the 15-minute. You can already see on the 30-minute it's starting to dip down, and it's going to be pretty. I already knew it. So this is one that I will wait for it to pull back, and I'm looking to ride this one down into the sunset. And why? Because I've seen this nice shoulders, head and shoulders. I believe it's head and shoulders on the 1 hour. Yeah, right here. See the head and shoulders? Here's the head right here. Bing, bing. Okay, that's the head. You have one shoulder. You have your next shoulder. So therefore, this one is going its way down. Okay, but you can see it right here. But I do see that it's on a strong support. So that's why I said I'm waiting for it to do what? Pull back. And that's why I told you guys I'm an ocean wave that thing and ride it on down after the pullback. So I am expecting a pullback. See that long move to the downside, short pullback, and again it went down, hoping for a short pullback so it can give me the head and shoulders pattern. Once it sets up and give me something really, really nice, I'm gonna go ahead and hop on in that thing, an ocean wave system. So again, this is where I start switching over to the ocean wave, because this is where I can start riding it for long term. See how it went up long term? And that helps to reduce the noise that you will see on the normal charts that you would normally use right here. Okay. So you can see it was in an uptrend, but for certainty, what I do is I ocean wave it, because with the ocean wave, sorry guys, With the ocean wave, what happens is I can follow this right here. This is basically all I need to see. Okay. And as long as I'm seeing that price action is staying above that, we're good to go. Okay. And I'll pull it tight, make it right, shrink the candles, and look at that. So the noise that you typically would see with candlestick patterns, once you get the ocean wave system, you see it erases the noise. The noise is gone. So basically what I'm looking for is a sell trigger, sell arrow on the Euro AUD on the 30 minute. We do have it on the 15 minute, but again, I'm expecting a pullback. So a safer play would probably be to get this one on the 30 minute time frame. Wait for the arrow on the 30 minute time frame. Euro AUD. Okay, matter of fact, I'm gonna make a note to myself on this one. Euro AUD, 30 minute ocean wave. Okay, I'm gonna make a note to myself. Okay. And once I get that 30, I'm gonna ride that to the sunset. Let's take it while we're here. Look at the Euro NZD. It does basically the same thing. All right. And so now look at that long stretch. So it needs to come at least halfway to clean up some of this stuff. And let's take a look at what it did. All the way to where it currently is. That's about 539 pips. Let's hop right over to the pound. Because it typically follows suit and does the same thing. And as you can see, it was pretty similar, and it's already broken through right here, but we need to wait for this pullback. So again, I'm gonna wait for the pullback and hop in on that one and also on this one. So these will be my main ones that I'm looking for on this coming week. The pound doesn't have any news coming up. New Zealand doesn't have any news coming up. The Australian dollar doesn't have any news coming up. And the Euro, let's see, Euro only has this sentiment and CPI. So basically, these are good to go. I'm looking for these. These will be my main pairs that I'm going to focus on this week to ocean wave and just ride the trend right on back down. It rolled up really, really nicely, and I'm looking to ride that bicycle right back down. So my main four is going to be Euro AUD, Euro NZD, GA, and GN. Those are going to be my main characters that I'm looking to target. Okay. So that's that. All right, let's get back to it real quick. Let's go through a couple of more. And I am recording this at 2 in the morning, so I'm not going to do every single pair because I'm tired and I need to get me some sleep. But look at that nice move. I told you I'll get used the scanner. Man, this scanner is killing it. Ooh, look at that scanner move on the 30 minute. And look at there. See? Ooh, nice, 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 nice. Oh, simplicity is still a beast. Ooh, you pretty. Golly, you gorgeous. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. And by the way, you remember I was telling you guys pay attention to these Fibonacci levels that's pre-built into the Sexy Analyst because you'll notice this is see, it hesitated right there. Okay. Then it moved up to the next level. Okay. And you can see that was the 50% retracement. Then it hesitated at the 38.2. It waved closely at the 23.6, came right back down to the 50. Okay, and danced and bounced out of there, waved again at the 23.6, hesitated again right here at the 50, and came on back down and came right back to the 50 again. So this kind of like these levels are like a magnet, okay? And then it hesitated again where? At the 38.2, okay? Where did it hesitate again? Right here. So you can also use these as automatic target areas. Look at right here. Okay, and this is already pre-built into the Sexy Analyst. So when you get the Sexy Analyst with the simplicity system, come on, man, money's gonna be glued to your behind. Even if you have a bad week, come right on back and you'll recover that money. Okay, okay. So like I said, and by the way, I told you guys with all truthful honesty, this is the one where I lost the trade twice last week because I knew where it was going to go. But news came up and spiked it. You can see that spike candle, but look at your boy. Was I 100% accurate on my diagnosis of this? Yes, I was. So we did recover and make some trades to make money back. But, you know, this is going to happen every once in a while where you're going to get stopped out, not because you did anything wrong, because my analysis was right. So they spiked, stopped us out, came up and hit us again with news. And this is what I'm telling you, avoid news. See, it broke right out because it was supposed to be done at this level, but it broke through this area right here twice. Once on the news event spike, which you can see right here. Look at this. It wicked twice. Okay. Wicked in both directions. And that's how you know it was a news event. Okay. So right here. See, it wicked and wiped out everybody. That's news. then it dropped and did the same thing again. See that? And then eventually it still came back where I knew it was going to go. Yeah, so I'm okay with it. I knew where it was going to go. I knew it. So I was 100% right. And if so, we would have made about 177 pips. But again, we did make pips on other trades. So again, that's that. So again, you can see right here, this is why I'm waiting for this pullback to the ocean wave, waiting for a buy arrow right here on that one. Okay. Hopefully this one will pull back up and do the same. Okay. We need it to pull back up, hopefully back to this area right here. And if it does, let's see what handle that will be. That will be at the 5300 handle right there. And if this one pulls back up, which I'm hoping it will do, pray and hope it does, because I need to get back in on this one and ride it down. But I need to wait for a pullback first, which is why I'm going to wait for the London session to pass. Hopefully they'll go ahead and pull this thing back to around 190, 300 area, and then I can get in that, and I'm just going to ride it. Same thing with this. Hopefully it will do so. Here's where my stop may be on this one. So I may even take a sample trade on this one. Okay, so you can see this is the area of resistance, strong resistance, and it has a long way to go to make up for all this move up. Has a long way to go, so it may come all the way down here to the 50% to retracement. So if that's the case, I'm going to wait for a nice pullback into this range right here. As you can see, I'm hoping it comes back into this range right here. As you can see, every time it comes to support, it bounces. Came down to support, it bounced and went right back into this range. I just need this bad boy to bounce one more time. Give me one more good bounce back into this range, and I'm going to ride this thing all the way into the sunset, okay? So again, guys, those are the pairs that I'm going to be focusing on this week. GCAD, we do have inflation numbers coming out on Tuesday, so I'm really going to wait till that to be done. The Dragon has been choppy. GJ. GU is interesting. It looks like it wants to drop, but it's looking like it want to do a little short pullback. And I know that we had an arrow come out like right here on Friday. I didn't take this arrow to kind of ride it on that pullback back up, but I'm also hoping that this thing will go back up a little bit more. It's created a slant pattern, which you guys know, slant patterns are angles. They always tend to do what? Pop up, okay? See this slant? Pop up. Okay, slant down, pop up. That's what it does. Slant down, pops up, slant down, pop up. So this has created a slant pattern. I'm hoping that it'll create a double top right here. And if it does, I'm looking to tap that butt. Now I'm going to smack them cheeks, okay? So I'm hoping that this will bounce right here at this strong support level right here. And here's our supply and demand zone box. So it's in a demand zone. I think it's demand. Demand is down. So I think it's a supply and demand zone. Let me double check that for you guys. And just, ooh, geez, let me just go back, add my sexy analyst to it. Okay, now let me go ahead and do this, do that, and give me 1 second, guys. I'll bring this. This is a sexy analyst. It's pre-built with everything you need. So we have our supply zone. So that one should be the lighter color gray, but they both pretty much the same color. So let me do this. Let's change this one to something else, supply, and then I'll tell you which one is which, because I always get that backwards. I'm sorry. All right. Okay, so supply zone, yeah, I was right. Supply is high, demand is down. Okay. I think I got that right. Jeez. Let's take a look. Yeah. Okay. So as it's going upwards, that's the one, that's the demand zone, okay? So the demand zone is down, supply is high, okay? Or whatever. I think I got it right. Either way it goes, y'all get the point. Let me go back because I'm wasting time. So I'm hoping for this one also to bounce and give me another area of range. Anywhere in this range right here would be very beautiful, and that'll be in the 1.296 area. So if it bounces back up in this range or give me a double top, I'm looking to tap that in cheeks as well. Okay, I'm gonna be smacking some cheeks this week. All right, so now we have NCAD, and you can see on this 4-hour time frame, this is a great area. Again, we're hoping for pullbacks to happen over the weekend. Once these pullbacks start happening, I'll wait for the arrow to come in, and we're going to be eating good off of that one. Okay. So this is exactly what I'm looking for. See how it spiked down on the Friday? Pull on back up there and give me that arrow that I need so I can smack them cheeks. Okay. I just want to smack cheeks this week. I want to smack some cheeks. Same thing here. Okay. But again, guys, be careful of the dollar because, again, it has the Fed interest rates that's coming out. So I'm going to be very leery. Same thing with the JPY. It's going to have two big news events. It's got inflation and interest rates this week. So I'm going to be leery of that. And basically, before you take a trade, just make sure to take a look at my screenshot this real quick, you guys. Do yourself a favor, screenshot it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And as you can see, I made a note to myself. I'll add my other notes to myself for the target pair. So I'm going to be looking at on the 30-minute time frame with the ocean wave. So just snapshot this right here. Okay. Because this is going to be very, very important. A lot of interest rate news coming out this week. A lot of news. A lot of news. A lot of news. Okay. All right, now you got it. Let's keep moving. Let's hurry up and finish up. All right, you guys. So here's another one. We had a nice move up on the USD Swiss. And again, the arrow came out on the 1 hour. And I told you guys use the 1 hour strategy just to start with the simplicity to make money. Look at how many winners you had. One big one here. This one was a small little move to the upside, but not all the way, which is why you got your evidence out. Then you had a move up. Then you had, this was a loss, a legitimate loss. And there you go. So that was an honest loss. But look at the big moves that you made. Okay. All right. Let's look at UCAD. All right, UCAD has been kind of choppy and ugly as well, so I don't see anything worth wasting our time on that one this week. This is the UJ USD versus the yen. Again, the yen has the yen gonna have some yen this week. If you would have just took them arrows, put your stops below the previous low, look, you would have made a big move, big winner, nice one here, nice one there. Okay, so again, guys, I'm telling you what to do. I'm telling you what to do. Even if you have a bad couple of trades, you can make the money back. Okay, it's going to happen. Okay, it's going to happen. Nothing you can do about that. But look at this. Nice winner. Nice sell. This was a legitimate loss. This was a loss. But this was a huge winner right here. This was a nice winner. That was a nice winner. Okay, y'all see what I'm saying? Let's check gold. Gold has been on a natural tear because of what's going on with the economy. And so the markets are very jittery. And when markets are jittery, they tend to buy gold. And that's why it's been on a constant tear. We did have a nice pullback right here. And we have been taking little scalp trades, which has been very profitable this week. But I do expect this thing to see it's already in the box. So I'm expecting this thing to hop right on back up to the upside. I really do. I see a sell arrow, but I think it's going to either create a head and shoulder. See, it's the head right here. Here's the shoulder. I expect it to go chop if it's going to do anything and try to match the energy of this area right here before it drops. If it drops, that's if. Right now, gold is an emotional currency, so it just depends on how people feel, but you can see the range now. Okay, you got your head, shoulder, and it's going to probably teeter-totter before it breaks through. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to either break up to the upside further because of the Fed interest rate news, or it's going to shoot hard to the downside. That's my anticipation. Okay, so anyway, that's about that, guys. I went through all the pairs, and again, you can check these out also on the ocean wave system if you want to see for smoothness, which you can clearly see. This is where the ocean wave takes advantage of the markets like no other system on the planet, because what it does when it's going down, you can see it's heading down. When it's going up, it's going up. Okay, so if you play it off the 15-minute, look at this. This is gold. You could have rolled this whole thing all the way through. Okay, here's GN. Let's go to the 30-minute on this one. And let me kind of scrunch this down and tighten it up. Actually, let's go to the 1 hour. And there you go. See how it stayed above the main wave? That's what you want, staying above the wave. So, yeah, it's going to have pullbacks and jerks and this and that. But look how long you could have stayed in the standing. You would have been net positive the whole time. But as you can see, it's starting to cross over. It's created the neutral zone right here. Okay, so it's weakening strength. I do expect a pullback. Once it gives me that pullback, I'm going to be looking for trades on that. All right, you guys. So this is a wrap. If you're tired of trading and you want us to do it for you, then go to our website, which is supereasycopycat.com. Again, supereasycopycat.com. We have all kinds of options in there. So if you want to trade, get copied on our indice copier, which by the way has been literally on fire. The oil and silver is almost 100% win rate every single week. There's a few losses here or there, but almost every single week it has been on the win rate. You've seen what happened in gold. I've been posting about that. Man, we knocked it out last week. The Forex copier, again, we had a little noise because of the economic news that came out. But overall, for the last couple of years, the Forex copier has been on fire. You will be able to go to our website right here, the home site, and you'll play this site here or here. And you'll see me take a trade on this side. And this is your account right here, which would be a representative of your account. And you'll see me take a trade over here. It'll pop up over here. You'll see me close a trade over here. You'll see it close out over here. You just set it up and forget it. Okay, and when you click on the join button, you'll see tons and tons of options of different packages that you want that you will want to subscribe to. Some people get multiple packages because they want to make as much money as possible on all in areas of the market, such as gold, silver, oil, indices, Forex. They want everything. So if you just go in there and pick and choose. It's like a McDonald's menu, and you can pick a la carte or you can pick combos. Okay, you guys. All right, you guys. I will see you in class on Wednesday. Again, class is open to the public. Bring your questions if you have any. Peace and hair grease. I'll talk to you then.